All right, we've got a match. Let's go load this one up. We're going to bring you Novicane versus Djinni. Novicane, 4th place in the Cosmic Crown Showdown 2 weeks ago. And Djinni is a name we keep seeing really well. Some sweet hero fall sleeves.
What? That's a lot of Crusaders. So we have another Zorath and a Kagalichu. So Djinni here versus Novicane. Strangle, Strangle, Withering Gaze, Vampire Princess against Crusader. I mean, this is looking great for Novicane already. Rune, Hierophant, and Hero Force. So, I mean, I want to be on the Skyguard Steadfast side of this equation, I think.
Vampires versus Skyguard?
And enough resources for either player to hit their thresholds, and 3 resources, which is what they both need. So pretty good stuff. This Gaze is going to take out Hero Fall, almost certainly. And that's almost certainly also not good for Novicane here. But I still like the situation that Novicane is in here with the double Skyguard Steadfast. And no actions in hand for Vampire Princess to take away. At least for now.
Zorath, played by Djinni, can just hold up 2 resources, Strangle's ready for whatever would hit the board. It's a Crusader. It is a Crusader.
I'd be waiting for Hero Fall. If Hero Fall comes down here, it's going to be slightly painful. There it is. Hero Fall is the choice. Taking the one from hand away as well. There is a draw too, but I mean, that's slightly offset by the fact that the other one's gone from hand now.
But a Bride of the Damned picked up. And Novicane able to get to 4 blood threshold at the moment. Plays Runia Hierophant.
Princess comes down. That leaves not enough for the Strangle. But we do see another blood, a Bride of the Damned, and 2 Strangle in hand. So there is a solid chance here that Hierophant isn't going to stick around for very long.
3 cards picked up by Cottontail Explorer. It buries the bottom 3 cards of your deck. Any resource that it buries goes back to your hand.
That's a draw 3. That's pretty good for 2 cost. Interesting. So we have the swing. The swing is going to hit nothing of value. But then we have Bride of the Damned into resource, onto Cottontail, onto Strangle. And that's going to significantly shift the power of this board.
It's going to bury 3 cards from the bottom of Djinni's deck and bring a Blood Shard to hand, which means Bride of the Damned -1 next turn. Here's Strangled when you're Hierophant. It'll revert and enter play.
So the revert, the revert happens first. They're making the Abomination a 0/0 because of the Strangle. And then the Abomination switch decides too, but it's a 0/0, so that's okay.
Novicane able to answer with a Strangle before this block happens, then sacrifice a chip, now a 4/4. Able to take out the Runia Hierophant.
Yeah, Bride of the Damned in the other hand here as well. So if a removal does come off the top for Novicane, this could switch up again. But those 2 Strangles are very much present. Interesting stuff, honestly.
The swing in, there's a Vampire Princess involved, so 2 health will be gained. Blood's Favor. Take that 2 health, turn that into 2 cards. Removal, 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 removal.
Oh my! That definitely changes things. We have Strangle, Strangle, Hero Fall, but not for long because Culmination is going to take all of those guys out. Wow, that was a very good rip off the top there.
There we go, 3 strangles. And now everything is free to come out. Rooney Hierophant into Bride of the Damned, into the 5th blood threshold.
I'm not sure if there's even going to be any removal left in that deck.
A card will be drawn. Underworld coins can be discarded for 2 health. Vampire Princess still getting 1 damage in.
Dreadlings every turn switching sides and buffing up the Hierophant. Amazing, amazing.
They must attack. There's no way to sacrifice them before they march to their death. And Bride's like, mushrooms, give. 8 attack coming in. Abomination blocks a Dreadling.
It goes for the blood threshold here as opposed to a battle hopper. And there's the hero fall. That's going to be very, very useful here. Man, Rockcast is good. But it's going to be met by a hero fall, which means that princess... Oh, Rockcast is held here, not played. Waiting for the response on the other side.
It might be targeting Ruin Your Hierophant. It is a big threat here as well, the damaging threat.
Yeah, that's true. So we see the resource come in, make Vampire Princess switch sides. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's here to stop the damage. Actually goes for the Bride, though. I feel like if you're going to go for that Bride, you might as well have done it last turn.
And that's going to be Novicane's Game 1 victory. And the Djinni come back in Game 2 of this match. Both players are. This is a round 3 match. Both players are 2-0 at the start of round 3.
All right, we're back in. Withering Gaze is always good here. We see Acolyte of Shoku, Underworld Crusader, Exarch of the Egg, Hero Fall, and Steel Intel against a Prince double Rockcast, which is incredibly good in this matchup, actually. Kills almost everything. Blood's Favor and Withering Gaze. Blood's Favor, again, very good against Kagalichu.
Just void that crypt. Let's gain lots of health. It's not quick though, so can't actually use it in response to things. Withering Gaze almost certainly takes that hero fall, and now the Steel Intel is known.
Tails are a reasonable pickup here.
Djinni with a Vampire Prince. Did a bit of work.
Prince is good here with the hero fall gone.
And Underworld Crusader still a turn away. With that Skyguard Steadfast Gem, not that it will stay for too long, with the couple of Rockcasts being able to destroy 3 cost or less troops. A Blood Ice from Djinni, Fate Weaving something. Rockcast on Acolyte of Shoku. stopping any acceleration, fourth resource.
Yeah, it's always a risky play because Acolyte of Shoku isn't that much of a threat by itself. But on the off chance that they don't have any more resources in their hand, it could cripple them. So, you know, it's not an unheard of play.
And eventually, it's not even a bad thing to take that out. It creates dreadlings that could enable some scrounge, which you often see one or two of in Kagalichu to allow for the Underworld Crusaders. Sometimes more.
I'm wondering is if the Gemborn Prowlers have come in to deal with those Crusaders and those Hierophants. Like, I can't imagine that they haven't, right?
Second Vampire Prince played before the Bloodstone is played to increase its damage to 2 vampires and gain 2 health. Rockcast on the Skyguard Steadfast will allow this attack. Novicane down to 13 health. Djinni gets a second Bloodstone for next turn.
Strangling Hand's gonna cut off one of these Vampire Princes from doing what it wants to do, but I mean, already down to 13. That's not the best place to be.
Exarch of the Egg, 1/3 lethal, creates 2 Spiderling eggs whenever it or another Venom enters play. That's more of a side benefit. It's more a 1/3 lethal blocker, stops a lot of non-fly troops. But Vampire Prince just flies right over. We'll connect. It'll bury another card. This one's not a resource. It is a nature range, though. Destroy target artifact or constant, and Zora's got a few constants in there.
Novicane needs removal or some Skyguard because this Prince combined with a couple of Necropolis coins is not a good look.
Grabs the Nature's Reigns from the crypt with the Kagalichu power. Might as well get 1 damage in there. Necropolis coins discarded, bringing Novicane even closer to no health. Down to 8. Djinni takes 1. 1 of his 29 health, going down to 28.
Okay, Malice is off the top, just in time for that Zorath power. I am very scared for Novicane here. Obviously, 1 removal sort of cleans things up a bit, but I mean, that's 2 swings now away from game if no removal is found.
Novicane is holding an answer to the Xandos Malice Dread Banner combo, but that's secondary to not dying to the Vampire Prince.
Resource off the top isn't going to do it. Scorn of Oberon in hand and Nature Reigns. Oh, it's Steel Intel, not Scorn. Novicane leading me astray there.
Steal Intel, scrounge to get 2 resources back. Takes Rockcast. So there's an answer. The Malice combo is broken.
It's broken, but does it matter? There is 1 swing away from this game being over. Strangle's good. I mean, the Rockcast is here now, so the Rockcast does hold this off, but
yeah, Steel Intelling the Rockcast was necessary.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you don't have removal, you gotta take it from the opponent. So Rockcast can take this Prince out. Prince is going down, but we have a lot of health on Djinni's side here, and even 1 spider can make the difference in this game.
And Djinni will just dump health into the Xandos Malice, leaving 5 resources up. Creates 4 Spiderling eggs in the opponent's deck every time, so there should be around 12 or so right now.
This Gargolith is pretty huge, actually. Hierophant can come in here and you know, Lily Pad can potentially make a hopper. We see the Strangle come out early here onto that Lackey. That's interesting. Doesn't want a sacrifice in response here.
Battle Hopper coming out. And more health being spent. That surplus is becoming potential spiders.
There's a Malice. Malice is not very helpful, though. So what do? Do you just dump all the resources into Malice here? Playing the second one, apparently. I feel like that was unnecessary, but there you go. Needs the spiders.
That's 4 spiders. Only opting for one serving of spiderling eggs. Keeping 4 resources open. The draw is a spiderling egg. That is a blocker. A second Gargolith picked up by Novicane. Here's an attack. 5 damage incoming. This would take Bloodspinner's Wrath down to 8. Spiderling block.
The block sack, draw a card. It's another Malice. No. That's too many Malices. More spiders going in. That's a lot of spiders now. Like, it really is. The deck is 53 in size, and a substantial amount of cards have been taken out of it thanks to Kagalichi. Strangle's pretty good, but Gargolith, unfortunately, is going to protect that Hierophant. So this could be over if the spiders are putting any more. Okay. Keeps it safe. Keeps the 9.
Even if the Hero Fall Strangle were to be able to connect on the Ruinier Hierophant, it's double Death Cry. It's creating 2 troops in its place. Novicane picks up the 7th resource. Gargolith costs 8 resources to play as it's 7/8. Give all your troops Spell Shield. Here's Strangle. And Strangle actually targeting the Zenta, Exarch of the Egg.
Strangle and the Exarch is strange, yeah. But yeah, if the Strangle does connect to that Hierophant, it means it's -4/-4, so the Abomination is dud anyway. We see 4 damage on board and potentially 6 damage total from the Gargoliths as well. So this needs to be a spider hit.
I think that's the plan. It's fill up with spiders and chump block rather than kill the Hierophant.
And it is a spider egg! Oh my word! Lucky man. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Oh! Draw of the gods.
Killing the Hierophant just makes it worse later.
It does, yeah.
Still taking 1 here, but at least the Spiderling can block, can sacrifice for a bit of health and another card. Djinni needs to draw out of this, but this will definitely help. Oh!
Okay. Well, Gargolith doesn't stop that. Oh my god, that's so good! Like, you take those Hierophants, you sacrifice them, and then suddenly you're the one. And the spider goes in as well to make them bigger before it happens. Oh my word. Like, what? The spider was, like, good for Djinni here. He hit a spider and it turned out to be good. My mind is actually a little bit blown right now.
The key to this game was that one blocking spider on that one key turn. Allowing Stalling to waltz the damned, taking all the troops, sacrificing them, giving you the abominations. And Novicane doesn't have the 8th resource to even play Gargolith to block these. Is that 4 resources? Now we've got Spiderlings. No, it's not going to happen.
That waltz of the damned, man. And just the spider to rub it in. The rub-ins from that spider top deck. Like, because those Hierophants weren't that bad until that spider went onto his side of the board from that Exarch. That one Exarch trigger. Man, that was some set of things happening there.
And you know what? That was only game 2. That was Djinni evening out the match with Novicane. So that means we've got a game 3.
Waltz of the Damned is so good against Hierophants and Crusaders too, I guess.
It is expensive, but it gets you those Deathcry benefits. 7 cost. Alright, game's loaded up. Starting hands being drawn.
What
Players
do
are
we
keeping.
have? Strangle, Rancor, Explorer, Strangle, Scorn, and a couple of coins versus... There's that Waltz again. We see Withering Gaze, Vampire, Prince, 2 Zentoth's Malice, and a couple of resources. So the problem on Novicane's side is a lack of blood. But that's not too hard to fix, I suppose.
Cottontail Explorer does a lot to help get resources oftentimes.
Indeed, and yeah, I mean the Withering Gaze is definitely going to find a target this time, but there are so many targets. What do you even take? Let's see how it shakes out.
Withering Gaze likely hitting a Strangle. Although, Squad of Oberon could be a choice. Actually, there was something else in there. Cottontail Explorer not picking up any resource, but blood was already taken. And actually, not picking a Strangle, no second blood, slows things down. Zentoth's Malice, are we going to see the early Spiderling Blitz?
Yeah, potentially we see some eggs coming in here. I think Scorn is best held for the banner itself rather than the Malice, especially when you know, there's potential to replace the Malice, but not that much potential to place the banner.
I think it was to tempt the Scorn of Oberon, because that is a known card in Novicane's hand from the Withering Gaze earlier. But the slow Shard Monsagi coins will make that.
Well, that's kind of what he wanted. The Well of Ancients.
Well of
giving
Ancients.
him the second threshold and 4th resource. There's another Scorn of Oberon, so no worries here as far as those Malices are concerned.
He might just Scorn here just to take out that Malice, not knowing there's a second one, and knowing that he could Scorn, destroy target artifact on it, the banner later on. And there's not a Strangle target, but it is quick. He doesn't have to use it now.
Why not?
Kagami.
Why not? Just get a culmination. So that culmination came off from the first Cottontail Explorer, and now it's back in the hand thanks to Kagalichu. And I'm gonna be honest, that's not good for Djinni here.
No, it's at 5 cost. All it takes is a resource or a Strangle on that Vampire Prince. And with Scorn of Oberon able to, the second one, unknown to Djinni, able to break up the Zentoth's Malice combo. Here's a Hero Fall as well. No resource, but Hero Fall will stop the Vampire Prince. Life Drain, all sorts of things. Cottontail Explorer feeling brave and attacking into Vampire Prince. Obvious. Trap is obvious, but, you know, Strangle anyway. There's that 4th troop.
I can't help but feel like losing this Waltz of the Damned is huge. Like, when I saw that culmination go off the top there, I was like, wow, that's really bad for Novicane, losing that culmination so early, knowing that you're not going to be drawing into that to potentially deal with that Waltz of the Damned. But then Kagalichu was just like, nah, I got you, bro. You want that culmination? I'll hook you up.
At the same time, there's no threat, no damage to other than Cottontail Explorer. Djinni feels safe enough to use up some of that health to create Spiderling eggs. Here's Cottontail Explorer taking Djinni down to 12.
Culmination kicking off first here. Novicane deciding to allow Djinni one use of Zentoth's Malice before the inevitable Scorn of Oberon here. I guess that's fine. Again, losing that Waltz of the Damned is huge, and I think that what looked to be a reasonable start for Djinni here because of that Waltz of the Damned and the culmination being buried from the deck has switched around pretty significantly here because of the pickup of culmination.
Blood Ice will Fate Weave. Likely a non-resource being put on top. Help smooth out that post-culmination draw. A couple of Spiderling eggs. Three
Triple
of them.
Spider. That's really making holding that Scorn of Oberon look a little bit sad now.
Do you hit the Zentos Malice now?
It does make that choice significantly more difficult. Plus, there's 3 damage on board now, and that can easily race this Cottontail Explorer. Actually opts to sacrifice one of them though for this this final draw before the Malice goes away. But I mean, it's still 3 damage. The banner's still there, so the Dreadling itself is going to be able to make some waves.
And Novicane is nowhere close to being able to play that Gargalith, only on 4 resources, but has access to Steal Intel, Strangle, Hero Fall. Steal Intel. Is there something in that crypt we're taking?
Yeah, there are a few things in there. Take the Malice, why not, right?
Cottontail Explorer continuing to get a little bit of that damage in. Some of that progress has been healed back from that Zentos Malice earlier. Steal Intel, scrounged to get 2 resources back. Vampire Prince. That's a way to get some of that health back. And right now that will counteract the attack from the Spiderlings. And with the ability to protect it with Rock Cast. Unbeknownst to the opponent, I think that resource was just played. So it was previously unable to target the Vampire Prince.
Yeah, I mean, Rockcast still gets it, but that's going to leave no cards in hand for Djinni here. The Spider's still going to be doing work, though. There's a hero fall just in case.
No, there was no priority window, so never mind that. Anyway, Spell Shield and Vampire Prince. Leaves it open now, but takes out a Strangle. Here's 3 more damage. Vampire Prince won't be blocking. Rockcast or Hero Fall. Here's the Rockcast. But takes out 2 removals, so. And Vampire Prince is now in the crypt in case it's needed. I think at this point, you start using those removals on those Spiderlings.
Yep, got to get rid of them. They are doing more damage than a single Cottontail Explorer can do, that's for sure.
You're still got to face that Dread Banner, but that's 1 per turn. They're both quick, so that can be held for a little bit. Eventually, something bigger than a 1/1 can stop these Spiderlings every turn.
So Strangle Hero Fall here means that potentially the Cottontail Explorer is winning the race against that 1 spider. But the coins changes that, and he hasn't actually gone. He's opted to let the opponent here deal an extra damage. So yeah, Novicane is currently losing to this double 1/1 attack every turn. There's a spider though, that's gonna help. Not him, but it's gonna help.
Battle Hopper will block for nothing for a turn. Two resources away from Gargalith, though. It has already been used up. Its one shot is gone. Can't be revealed for another spell shield. Hero Fall takes out that scary 1/1. 3 more copies voided from the deck. There go 3/1/1 threats.
Yeah.
The damage potential.
I mean, I guess it's a potential for drawing. Oh, that's a nice pickup, actually. Potentially the the Crypt Void here or the draw. Both good.
That's a hard choice. All right. So Spiderling is hero falled.
It is a hard choice, right? Do you draw or do you void the Crypt? Because that's some decent health. Goes for the draw, though. Bride of the Damned into another favor. That's pretty huge. Does he draw again, or does he go for the Crypt Void this time?
I think you go for the crypt
Discard! Wow! Hits the discard, hits the removal. So this Bride of the Damned now... Okay, never mind. There's another hero fall. I was going to say it doesn't have anything to stop it. But that doesn't matter anymore because there definitely is something to stop it.
Bride of the Damned cannot respond to the resource, but can respond to the target.
Yeah, that means
Kill
the
that battle
battle
hard.
hopper's going to die, but it's not going to switch sides anymore. Whew, okay. Interesting. I can't imagine that I've ever seen Blood's Favor being used to discard a card. First time. First time for me.
Novicane down to 6 health. Djinni at 10. Fierce battle of 1/1s.
It's a good top deck. I mean, it's going to get hero falled, but I mean, you got to be happy with that top deck not knowing that the hero fall is there.
And it's gone. So a Gargolith, 8 cost, huge stats, 2 resources away from it. Zorath, able to attack for another 2, taking Novicane down to 4. 2 turns left, and one of those is unblockable. There should be a bunch of constant destruction still in here. Runir Hierophant, 2/2 with double death cry.
Yeah, Hierophant's not bad. Hierophant stops one of the damage coming through, but we're almost at charge power number 2. And a Vampire Prince can fly as well. That's another new threat. So Novicane's holding on by the skin of his teeth. But Djinni's just kind of finding everything that he needs.
Novicane down to 3. This Vampire Prince now represents 3 damage that Novicane cannot block. This next card needs to be good. It is a Spiderling Egg and Rotten Rancor. So what do you take out of your crypt?
I mean, I think you take Yazakan, kill one of the spiders, gain 3, have a blocker for the prince, right?
That sounds right. Hierophant
Takes
not
out
block.
the prince and not
With
one of
Yazakan.
the spiders. That is interesting.
I think that's just enough health gained. And with the threat of Yazukan pulling something, anything from the crypt. I guess not anything, but we'll see. But Djinni picks up Vampire Princess. We'll get an attack through. Unfortunately, the Dreadling must attack, so another 3 health gained by Novicane. Kagalichu up to 7. Here's Vampire Princess. All right, Yazukan, what do you end up taking? You make the Hierophant bigger. If there's more than one copy of that troop from the crypt, another Hierophant. They come back. Another Spiderling from Djinni. So close, but these Spiderlings are not able to close out the game now that Yazukan has connected. Vampire Princess can't block any of these. This is 7 damage. A Spiderling could block Hierophant.
Just at the 8 for
7.
Gargolith too. If that's a resource choice there, that means Kagalichu and Gargolith come down next turn. If it's not a slow shard. Rockcast is gonna do nothing, really. Rockcast is kind of bad here.
It's not a Waltz of the Damned. That's the card that was needed.
It does stop Djinni from dying. Block one of the Hierophants, kill the other Hierophant with Rockcast here. Battle Hopper's not great, but it does buff the Hierophants anyway. We see Paw of Yazakan. Oh no. What a good rip there. That's going to take out the flight blocker and finish this game out. Rockcast can't take out the Yazakan. And Yazakan can deal that final 3. GG.
Djinni not able to close out that game, getting so close with both players not having any substantial threat. but Novicane finding it just a little bit sooner.
That Rancor onto Yazakan was beastly. So long that game was just a battle of 1-1s.